I think they call that 0 for 3.
Yeah,
Yes,
right, exactly.
Why do you, what's your opinion of why it went this way? Why Americans voted the way we did?
Sometimes America is just gonna America. Like Cheerio commercials and showing all those interracial couples. You scared the out of white people.
Ever wonder what happens when a comedian exposes a former president's biggest insecurities on national television? Wanda Sykes just showed us, and Trump's reaction has been nothing short of nuclear. What was supposed to be a routine comedy appearance turned into a roasting session so severe that Trump reportedly couldn't look in the mirror afterward. Was it the joke about his hair being a sentient tumbleweed, or something even more devastating that caused his meltdown?
Jimmy, I'm a black woman and a lesbian. How the hell you think I'm doing? And it's like, okay, so you're focusing on that, on sex change.
Are you enjoying the Trump trial?
I am enjoying the Trump trial. He's passing gas and everything. So I like that I'm watching it from home.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think I want to. I blame Donald Trump? Of course I do. He's made everybody.
The answer might surprise you. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now, back to the video. Ever wonder what makes Trump lose his cool faster than a popsicle in July?
They got gay couples selling like, just freaking sell your stuff. Don't bring us into this.
Cheerios, I knew they were responsible for something.
It's like, what are y'all doing? It's just cereal. Just sell the damn cereal. Why are you bringing us into this?
Wanda Sykes just showed us its jokes about his money. When Sykes appeared on Jimmy Kimmel Live recently, she came prepared with some financial truth bombs that left Trump absolutely fuming. Sykes didn't waste time with the usual jokes about his hair or his orange skin, although she did throw in a zinger about him being the human spray tan experiment gone wrong. Instead, she aimed straight for his wallet, which turns out to be his most sensitive spot. The comedian brutally compared Trump's business skills to a kid with a gift card at a candy store who somehow convinced half of America he's some kind of financial genius. It's like giving your 5-year-old nephew $20 at Dollar Tree and then praising him for being the next Warren Buffett when he comes out with 20 plastic toys. According to inside sources, what really got under Trump's skin was when Sykes suggested his credit score probably screams in terror every time he swipes a card.
What it is, and you know, I know it's like, well, white women didn't vote for him. I mean, didn't vote for her. So why is white women, the majority of white women, not voting for another woman? I'm like, y'all need to watch more Bravo. But I mean, you know, the finger pointing and all, that's not really helping.
Yeah, what is the point of that?
Yeah, it's like, oh, it's your fault. It's your fault. It's you know, it just happened.
While Trump loves telling everyone he's a billionaire, Sykes pointed out that he treats bankruptcy filings like they're frequent flyer miles, collecting them like they're going out of style. The audience absolutely lost it when Sykes compared Trump's financial history to a horror movie where the monster is his credit score. You could practically hear the spooky music as she mimicked his credit score, having PTSD from his long history of failed businesses. The laughter in the studio was so loud that Kimmel could barely get his next question in. What Sykes delivered wasn't just a few jokes. It was what insiders are calling a comedy massacre that effectively shredded Trump's carefully constructed billionaire image. The former president reportedly couldn't handle having his financial failures exposed through humor, and sources say he demanded his team find ways to get back at that comedian after her takedown went viral. Sykes may have drawn first blood, but it was Kimmel who twisted the knife with a joke so devastating that Trump's team had to perform emergency Twitter intervention. The comedy gloves came off completely when the late-night host decided to pile onto Sykes' financial roast with his own specialized take on Trump's money troubles. Kimmel didn't just continue the financial roasting, he elevated it to an art form by suggesting Trump's signature actually carries more weight on bankruptcy paperwork than on autographs. The audience howled as Kimmel delivered this financial uppercut, leaving Trump's carefully constructed billionaire image even more tattered. But Kimmel was just warming up. He went after Trump's bizarre speaking style, describing his rambling speeches as an incoherent game of mad libs, while mimicking those strange hand gestures that make the former president look like he's trying to karate chop the air. Viewers at home were treated to Kimmel's spot-on impression that had the studio audience in stitches. Even Melania wasn't safe from Kimmel's comedy crosshairs. He described the former First Lady as having the enthusiasm of a DMV employee on their 5th overtime shift, a joke that probably stung Trump's ego almost as much as the financial jabs. According to inside sources, Trump was absolutely livid while watching the segment. What really set him off wasn't just the bankruptcy jokes, but when Kimmel compared Trump's signature orange skin tone to a highlighter from Home Depot's Hazard Zone collection. The former president reportedly couldn't stop fuming about the personal attacks, but the joke that truly pushed Trump over the edge. Kimmel suggesting Trump's businesses failed so spectacularly that scientists should study his financial decisions as a natural disaster. This prompted such fury that Trump's handlers reportedly had to physically keep him away from Twitter, now X, as he demanded to set the record straight about his wealth after the comedic assault. The Sykes-Kimmel tag team created the perfect comedy storm. Sources close to Trump claim he now can't even look at his own buildings without hearing their jokes bouncing around in his head like an echo chamber of mockery. Each golden T on his properties now apparently triggers flashbacks to the comedian's brutal takedowns. And there you have it. What we've learned from this whole episode is that the biggest chink in Trump's armor isn't his ridiculous hair or his bizarre speeches. It's those financial facts that send him straight into meltdown mode. Wanda Sykes perfectly demonstrated why comedy matters in our political landscape. As she herself has pointed out, humor lets comedians speak truth to power, especially during crazy political times like these. While serious politicians and journalists throw facts at Trump that bounce right off, comedians armed with nothing but jokes about his bank statements make him absolutely lose it. That's the beautiful irony. The guy who built his whole brand on being a rich business genius can't handle anyone questioning if his wallet matches his mouth. Maybe we've been looking for accountability in all the wrong places. Turns out the real power isn't in Congress or courtrooms, it's on late-night TV, where comedians are doing the real work of keeping the powerful in check.